My lords and burgesses of Parliament, it gives me great joy and pleasure to open this ninth Parliament of the Kingdom of Scone. I wish to begin by congratulating Lord Dayton on his appointment to the office of Prime Minister, and extend my most profound thanks to the outgoing Prime Minister, Lord Ravensthorpe. As a former Prime Minister, I understand all too well that the work of a Prime Minister is often a thankless one, with long hours toiling behind the scenes to try and make our kingdom better. I believe that the mark of any good Prime Minister is that he or she ultimately ends their tenure in office, leaving the kingdom that was under their charge in a better state than when they first found it. By such measure, Lord Ravensthorpe's premiership has been a great success and boon to this kingdom, and I am eternally grateful for all of the work and passion he has put into this place, and I look forward to seeing where his work, ideas, and passions will take him within our beloved kingdom as we enter a new chapter. As we enter a period of new beginnings, I hope each and every one of us will also reflect on how we can begin anew, and how we can keep our focus on building up and strengthening the kingdom we all love. In the previous sessions of Parliament, this House considered a variety of controversial and weighty matters with dignity and grace. This House was able to consider difficult issues in which the sense of the House was not immediately clear, with contrasting viewpoints articulated in such a way that presented concerns, thoughts, beliefs, and questions in a sensible way, greatly helping all involved to make a deliberate and informed vote in the final division. I would very much like to see more of this in the kingdom. Sincere and robust debate that is focused on constructive dialogue and strengthening this kingdom, its legislation, and the consideration of the same. I have noted that we have sometimes struggled in this kingdom in assuming bad intent when such intent is not meant. Sometimes it is understandable that such intent is perceived due to careless wording, the heat of passion in the moment, or a sense of prior wrongs that may have come before. I entreat each and every person in this house to challenge our viewpoints when we encounter disagreements, setbacks, or other obstacles, and to do our best to assume good faith in other people. I can only speak for myself when I say I know that there have been times when my interactions with many of you have come across differently than I intended, and your grace in giving me the benefit of the doubt and assuming good intent when I have not worded things as well as I should have, ensured a swift resolution to any disagreement or differences, and allowed us to move forward together, focusing on the kingdom's issues. I hope that everyone in this place will continue to work hard to extend the same grace to others in those moments where we do not communicate as eloquently as we might have, as we ourselves would hope for, in those moments where we too do not come across as well as we would have liked. If we find ourselves in the position of having our words frequently perceived as not made with good intent, then perhaps we should reconsider how we are framing our messages, and do our best to think before we speak, and allow ourselves the benefit of a cooling off period before responding to that debate, message, or question. By extending simple courtesies to each other and assuming the best intent rather than bad intent, we can foster a greater sense of collegiality, which will ensure continued peace and tranquility within our kingdom, and provide us all with a forum in which to debate issues of the day passionately, earnestly, and respectfully. My lords and burgesses, let us not let the rancor and vitriol that exists in our wider world seep into our kingdom. While we may not be able to control what is going on in the wider world around us, We can control how we act, how we behave, and how we react. And I challenge each and every one of us here to ensure that the Kingdom of Scone sets itself apart from the rancor, tumult, and personal attacks that we see in wider politics outside the Kingdom of Scone. I look forward to seeing what this next Parliament will bring to our kingdom, and I welcome the exchange of new ideas that we will be seeing in the next few months. I am particularly eager to see the fruits of several pieces of legislation passed by my last government in the last Parliament, particularly concerning diplomatic relations. I remain committed to working closely with my government to ensure that the Kingdom of Scone has a greater presence on the wider stage of miniature polities, and I look forward to building and strengthening the fraternal bonds between us and other polities of goodwill and merit. It is also my earnest hope that I will be able to attend MicroCon in Las Vegas next year, provided that it is safe to do so, and that I am available during that time. The Prince Consort and I are looking forward to meeting in person many of our brothers and sisters throughout the community, with whom we have formed such close personal friendships and fraternal bonds, and to have greater in-person dialogue about our various communities and how we can work together to do our part to make our wider world a better place. Noble cousins, beloved sons and daughters, it is my happiness to report to you that the Kingdom of Scone and her empire are at peace, and in her tranquillity I do well and truly open this Parliament. May you deliberate in all candor, wisdom, and charity, to the edification of all those who have occasion to witness your common enterprise. And may the blessings of Almighty God be with you, your family, and your loved ones, now and always.